I am still being cyberbullied by that person. I've been getting strange phone calls or WhatsApp messages, which means these people know my number. She has been giving my phone number out still and my email out. I got bullied on her behalf by a couple of people earlier this month and also last month. And one person knew my email from the past, but the other person, she had no business getting my email. And FP, the Star Wars Nut, has been giving people my personal information without my consent and without my knowledge. I find out when these people harass me on her behalf. Today, I just got another one. A couple of WhatsApp messages from a 44 number. So that's a UK. And back in the WhatsApp days when I was in all these WhatsApp groups and trying to find my way out of that stupid community, but every group just kept leading me down further and further down into that hellscape that she is definitely in on Ramblio now. So a lot of numbers were 44 numbers back then. And so she's sending people all over the world after me, giving them my phone number so that they can send me crap. There was an Italian one the other day and both of these numbers have been blocked. And I'm not going to be replying to those people. And then the email, that was an Italian person as well that should never been given my phone number in the first place. She bullied me back in 2023 for FP. And that was that Laura bitch. So I don't know whether that Italian number that messaged me on WhatsApp the other day was Laura under a different number, or if that was Leticia, another one, or if that was someone else yet that I hadn't heard about. But the fact is, this person who is, and my friend has been looking at the Ramblio and looking at her Ramblio, and she's been painting herself out to be this, why can't we all get along? Well, she's not interested in getting along. She just wants to destroy me because of Star Wars. And she did this stupid, preachy, anti-bullying thing when she is the one doing cyberbullying. And she was talking about cyberbullying versus real world bullying, because she wants to sound so intellectual. That's how she talks. She just like when she talks about her flute, she doesn't just talk about the flute. She always talks about her flutes as her, either she'll give them the first names that she's given them, like Morning Star and whatever, or she'll talk about her Western concert flute or orchestral concert flute or whatever, or she'll talk about her Renaissance recorder. It's not just simply a recorder, and she tries to justify that because it's weird. Yeah, that's my opinion. It's weird, but I got a right to my opinion. And I told her that was cringy when she did that. But yeah, she's very much for you can't just simply say bullying or cyberbullying. You have to say cyberbullying and real world bullying. It's just really wordy and and in that message, she called me a ringleader. Yeah, according to her, I am the ringleader. No. I was a desperate person trying to get her Star Wars crap out of my life. And in desperation, I reached out to a couple of my friends because I was sick of it and I needed to tell them what was going on and why I was going to be disappearing for a while. And I was not going to be responding to her Star Wars anymore because I was sick of it. So she went complaining to them. They would already know that this wasn't just me being weird. This was there was a reason behind it. So, and it turned out they agreed with me. They were just as sick of her Star Wars as I was. So we decided to get together and stop the Star Wars because we didn't want that crap in our lives anymore. And we told her time and time again, we said, we don't want to talk about it anymore. I said, if you want a Star Wars, go ahead and do it on some forums where there are other Star Wars fans. But don't go just spamming everybody with it, because not everybody likes it, and we're sick of it. We've had enough. We're sick of it. But she wouldn't She wouldn't back down. And as far as her gossip thing goes, she gossips. She is a terrible gossip. Oh, she loved gossiping about people. She did that in pretty much every chat that she was in. When I was in chats with her, she would bring up, people in her past, and just even from years ago. And she would just go on, and I don't know. That's just what she does. And then she pretends that she's not gossiping. Oh, but she is. She's gossiping every time she sends somebody after me and they harass me on the phone, on WhatsApp, or or email. Every time anyone contacts me, that it comes from her. Yeah, so she is guilty of that. And yeah, so and she's still stalking my videos too, because I found out from my other friend and she checked Ramblio, um, that FP is white knighting and just sucking up to Mike 420 something awful. Yeah, she's going on about his excellent musician. Oh, she can't just simply say, "Oh, I like his music." No, that's too plebeian. No, she's got to sound like a real expert. She did that with everything, with singers, with actual singers. They're an excellent singer. She did that with me when I recited a poem one time too. She said, "Well done, good job, Alf." I wasn't looking for her approval. I was looking to start a discussion about Veterans Day, November 11th, Remembrance Day, and I had recited the John McCrae poem, the Flanders Fields. I wasn't looking for her approval, and she was, "Good job, well done, Elf." Oh, I didn't want that. So now she's going on about Mikey Boy being an excellent musician, and he's a good person. No, he's not, because he harassed me something terrible last June, even with threats of spying on my house. So that's not a gentleman. It's not a good person. And his music, oh, it's not music. It's noise. It sucks. And I've got a right to that opinion. And I have seen his rambles back when I was on Ramblio. When I was looking around there this few days, his ramblios, they were all whining about trolls being after him. So I suppose she's going after everybody who doesn't like his music, because heaven forbid anybody dislike his music and criticize his music. That's just, oh no. And she's like, stop it. Oh, really? People are just going to stop just because she says so? Nope. I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep telling my story. This is my self-therapy for all the stuff I've been through, all the narcissistic abuse I went through when I was associating with her for 4.5 years, and the abuse that she's continuing to do afterward with this cyberbullying and doxing me and sending people after me, because I'm daring to speak my mind about this. She doesn't want her curated false image to get wrecked by the real one. And that's one of the reasons she's being so vicious about this. She wants to shut me down, and she wants to punish me forever and destroy me because of Star Wars. She even talked about people being cyberbullied to the point of committing suicide. Yes, you know what? I think most of us know about Phoebe Prince, Amanda Todd, and Megan Meyer. I think most of us know about these cases. It doesn't matter where you are. Phoebe Prince, that was in Britain. Megan Meyer and Amanda Todd, that was in the States. So, and it was all over the news when they were bullied into committing suicide. And then she would, by implication, she would want people to believe that anyone who criticizes Mikey Boy's music and me are all just like Megan Meyer's, Phoebe Prince's, and Amanda Todd's bullies. And we're not. And calling me the ringleader. No, she's the ringleader. She's the one who is bad-mouthing me, telling all kinds of lies, and defending Star Wars as if it was some kind of country or something. Um, the way she's going to war, all for the sake of Star Wars, is, this is just, it's my opinion, but it's ridiculous. The way she goes on about how, what I will or won't give up. Well, big deal, who cares? Yeah, she'll give up this, she'll give up that, she'll give up this, she'll give up that, but she won't give up Star Wars. Wow. Just, wow, what a paragon of good personality. Not. Oh. Yeah, and then she's trying to talk about how she loves this and loves that, and she knows the difference between fantasy and reality. No. No, she'd rather live in fantasy. She made that very clear. When she ditched all of us, yes, she certainly will. She'll give up flesh and blood humans for Star Wars, because she'd do that to 3 of us. But she hasn't really given me up, because she's still bullying me. She's still trying to destroy me. And I'm going to keep doing my self-therapy, and I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I need to. And if she doesn't like it, well, it's too bad. She shouldn't have bullied me, and she shouldn't have kept doing Star Wars in the first place with me. She should have just simply cut it out, cut out all the fighting that we kept trying to shut down. Every time Cindy and Alyssa and I, we tried keeping it among ourselves, she would go gossiping to other people, and then it would come back to us that she was gossiping about us because we were no longer doing Star Wars with her. Like the one time, I heard from somebody that she was shutting down her Star Wars group because Ocean and Cindy weren't doing Star Wars anymore, so why even bother keeping the group open? Well, because she had other members in there, and she used to gripe about when I had a group chat. I had a Chataholics group, and it used to be active, more active than her groups were. And she would complain about that. Well, maybe people wanted to talk more general talk than go nuts about Star Wars. And yes, you could do general chat in those groups as well, but they preferred to chit-chat in my general group. And they preferred to do the Star Wars crap in her Star Wars group, in her Disney group. So yeah, that was why Chataholics was more active. But and she would beg Cindy and me to come back because she wanted more activity from us in her groups. And she would hound us about it. Well, I wasn't going to go in her groups unless certain people weren't there. But I also told her, I'm not going to tell you to remove from your groups, but I'm not coming in until they leave. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not telling you who to go in. I'm just not coming in, and I've got a right not to come in there if I don't want to. So she would remove people just to get me back in there. And it happened a couple of times. When I left the last time, there was no way I was going to go back. And that was when she did the whole, I'm taking down my Star Wars group, trying to make this other person feel sorry for her. Well, this other person sent that to me because she knew that FP was being a petty wench and being a gossip. Yeah, she'd also said, yeah, Ocean wants me to give up a certain figure. Well, I'm not having it. Yeah, I never said that. She made that up. Just totally made it up. She was the one who always brought up the idea of giving up Star Wars. And she did that as a reverse psychology tactic, trying to manipulate us into going, oh, no, don't give up your Star Wars. No, we'll join your group and we'll talk, we'll do whatever. Just don't give up our figures. We're not trying to give up your figures. She wanted us to grovel and do that and just bow to her every whim. It didn't work. I said to her, if you want to give that crap up, that's fine. And that's your choice, and it wouldn't hurt. That's what I said. But, and then she turned that into, Ocean wishes I would give up my Luke Skywalker figure, but I am not giving it up no matter what. And yeah, she just goes like, she is so self-important. And that will probably never change unless she gets a really good hard knock. That unless real life sends her some kind of a message that will change her attitude. But right now she's pumping herself up as this, we must all get along. No, we must not all get along because she's certainly trying to destroy me. And I'm pretty sure she would love it if I ended up in a mental institution or if I ended up dead. If I killed myself because she kept bullying me, she would probably think that she won. I won the fight. That's what she's all about. Winning versus losing. Well, she lost 3 good friends. And she was never a good friend to begin with. She has no concept of actual friendship. She pretends she does, and she knows how to pretend. I mean, heck, I bought into her act for a while. But there were things that I learned later on, lots of inconsistencies, that her actions just didn't match her words. And things that she got upset about were so shallow, and other kind of deep things that I would get upset about, it didn't matter. Or she would insert Star Wars into it. So she's not the innocent victim. I am not the ringleader. I am not the bully. I am the one who is... I have survived narcissistic abuse, and I'm dealing with it, and I'm expressing myself. And I am also expressing myself about the people who have harassed me. If I hate their music, I hate their music. I don't like that kind of music, for the most part. I mean, I like the odd hip hop, like Mary J. Blige's Family Affair. That's an oldie but goodie. And yeah, there's some hip hop that's really good, but Mike 420's sucks in my opinion. Yeah, and he's whining about trolls. So she thinks she can school all of them now and tell them how to behave and what to say? Oh no. If Mikey Boy got himself disliked, he deserves it. Because he's an arrogant SOB. And it's absolutely no surprise that she's sucking up to him something awful. Because he is quite a bit like Anakin Vader. They're both whiny, they're both arrogant, they're cruel, and they just think they're right. So it's not enough for her to be on Ramblio, rambling her mouth off. She has to go stalking my videos and getting all bent out of shape because I don't like Mikey Boy's disgusting music. She already successfully cyberbullied somebody else into taking one of their videos down because of Star Wars. That person is too afraid of what YouTube is going to do. Well, they're not going to do anything. You have to do something really, really serious, not just be discontent with Star Wars and their fans in order to get a strike. But that person got bullied by her and her friends into taking their video down. This person admitted to me recently that the Star Wars fan had managed to turn them against my friend Cindy. When they had confronted Cindy with a bunch of, bullying stuff basically, there was a bit of a fight and Cindy confronted them with, "You're just blowing me off, you're not listening to me." And they said, "No, I'm not trying to blow you off," and I'm not trying. They also said, "Well, I don't want to be an asshole to the Star Wars fan." But by not wanting to be an asshole toward the Star Wars fan, this person was by default being an asshole toward Cindy. And they admitted to me that but when they did that, they had been turned against Cindy by the Star Wars fan, with the victim act and the lies. The Star Wars nut had sicked 2 other people on Cindy, or tried to, as well. And they were both unsuccessful in a way. One was unsuccessful because that person basically told her to cut it out. And the other person did try to bully Cindy into turning on me, but of course that didn't work. Cindy knows who her real friends are, and she is a true friend. And somebody who would ditch you over Star Wars is definitely not a friend. Especially when they're so stuck on Star Wars that they say that it is part of their core identity. Oh, and this "my autonomy is my autonomy" thing. Oh, wow. Cheesy or what? Everybody has their own autonomy. Well, we took ours back when we said Stop with the Star Wars. We're not doing it anymore. We went from predictable and compliant to doing things our own way. She couldn't handle it. She could no longer predict our reactions, rely on us reacting the way she wanted, and being under her control. So then she got really ugly, and she still is. And she is giving my phone number and email and other personal information out that she has no business giving out. That's doxing. And every time somebody bullies me through those channels, it's her. It's all coming from her. Because there's no other way that these people would be doing this.